Hi, you guys. It is Thursday evening, August 6th, 2015. My name is Doris, and this is the Knit and Purl Podcast, episode 61, Prize Draws times 2. In social media, I am One Fine Cow on Ravelry and Twitter. I am One Fine Design, the number one, on Facebook and Etsy. And I am Doris M. Smith, all smooshed together on Instagram. Come join me. I enjoy Instagram a lot. This podcast has a Ravelry group, which is the Knit and Purl Podcast group. There is a link in the show notes, and I might as well tell you. You can find the show notes for this podcast on knitandpurl.net. The Purl is P-E-A-R-L. Okay. The Ravelry group this week, we have 2 new members, which means we have 100 members. Ooh! So the 2 new members are Pusscat52, who is Barb from New York, and Lost Boys 3, who is Johnny from Florida. Thank you guys for joining the group and for introducing yourselves, and thank you. And now we're going to do one of the draws, since I said last week we were going to do a 100-member prize draw for 2 winners. And the winners get to choose any one item from my shop. And there'll be links if you're watching on YouTube, there will be a link to my shop in the description bar. If you're watching on iTunes, there's a link in the Ravelry group, there's a link in the show notes, and there will be a link on YouTube to my shop. You can choose any one item. It doesn't matter price or anything. Any one item that you would like from my shop. If you find an item that's a necklace and you would like it a bracelet, I'm going to try and do that for you. So if I can personalize it, make it different, make it something, if I can customize it for you, I will do it if I can. So without further ado, I'm going to be drawing number 1. I have the group members list 1 through 100, and I'm going to be drawing 1 through 50 and 51 through 100. So I'm just going to do it now. 1 through 50. 1 through 50. Random number generator. Generate. Number 3 is the winner. Number 3, the third person to join my group is S. Mommy, who is Suzanne. Suzanne, get in touch with me. Leave me a message on the Ravelry group and pick out what you want from my shop, and I will send it to you. Susie Mommy, or S Mommy, who is Suzanne. Yay! Oh, now we're going to go for the next winner. And that would be 51 through 100. Remember that 3's up there for the other one. I have to push generate again. 51 through 100. Generate. Number 95. Number 95 is K. Gillory. Crystal. Leave me a message on Ravelry with what you would like from my shop, and I will send that out to you. Okay, so congratulations to Crystal and Suzanne. Let me know what it is that you would like from my shop, and I will get that out to you. Of course, I will need your address. So I'm underlining so I remember. Congratulations. Thank you guys, all of you who are a part of the group. We're a quiet group, but you know, if you're new and if you want a little more excitement, start a thread, get something going. So, birthday shout outs this week. We have 2 birthdays. The first birthday is This Dove Knits, who is Christina. Her birthday's on the 8th. That would be Saturday. And we have RTN 1946, who is Tammy. Her birthday is the 12th. And that would be next Wednesday. Anyway, the 12th of August. So happy birthday, ladies. I hope you have a wonderful birthday, that you get to do what you want to do, that you get a chance to take off work or whatever, and you get cake and you get to spend time with friends and family. Happy birthday. Okay, so the next thing is the July thread for the June, July, and August knit along. The July thread prizes are, you get to pick from the skein of Regia. It is a sock yarn, and it's denim look color. Awesome. That blue is not as dark in person. That dark is not that dark. So it does look like a pair of faded out jeans. So it is 100 grams, 460 yards, or 420 meters. There's that. Or if you're a spinner, you may choose this beautiful fiber. It is from Into the Whirl. It is a club colorway from April 2013. Sansa is the color, and it is BFL and silk 7525, and it is just beautiful. I'm not going to open it. Leave it nice. We got this from our donation from our friend of the podcast. So I have 5 entries, and here they are. 5 people who posted their progress with pictures on the thread for July. So just gonna do that. I hope that when I draw things that you still, stay and watch the podcast. If not, that's okay too. Whatever. So I'm going to change the numbers from 1 to 5. Never mind the 95, but it's 1 through 5. I'm going to show you. I'm going to push generate. I pushed it twice. Let me start again. 1. I'm sorry, I'm being silly, but I want to try to make this fair. Generate. Number 4. Number 4 is the winner. Number 4 is Hope Noel. And I think her name is Hope. Hope Noel. You have won, and you get to pick between this yarn and this fiber. Leave me a message leave me a PM in Ravelry with your address, and tell me what you want, and I will get that out to you as soon as I can. Congratulations to the winners. What a way to start the podcast. Yay! So, moving on, the next thing is the August rules for the June, July, and August knit along. It is a blanket along, piecing, or whatever you choose to do. The blanket needs to have been started by June 1st or after, or on June 1st or after, and you need to have finished and posted by August 31st. If you can finish 2 blankets in this time, you are allowed 2 entries per person. A prize is to be announced. It's been a busy week and I haven't had a chance to think about it. I actually just put the thread up last night because I forgot all about it. So, moving along. Story of the week and stash enhancement. Story of the week. We went camping and floating over the weekend. It was nice. The camper went up smoothly this time. So, yeah, that was nice. We did enjoy time with our friends, and old friends and new friends. And although we were very tired from floating, we had to be at the bus at 9 o'clock in the morning, and we didn't get back to camp until pretty close to 5. And then we freshened up, made a meal, and yeah. But, you know, it was successful float. There was no injuries, no one got hurt, and there was nothing lost, and no hard feelings by anyone. So, I don't know if you've ever been on a float trip, but, you know, sometimes it can not be. But we had a good time. So, anyway, stash this week, I bought a pattern. I was enabled by Hot Needles ×2. Because she posted a finished object, and I'm like, oh, I want to see that. And I went over and looked at it, and I bought it. It is the Graditude. It is a paid-for pattern on Ravelry by Oblivious Knits, and it is Graditude. Deborah Frank. And it is I'll show you some pictures. Black and white, sorry about that. But it's a sock yarn shawl. It's awesome pattern. And my plan is, I'm like, oh, I've got all of this sock yarn. This is knit in stripes, but I think I'm going to make a magic knot ball or something to that effect and just knit until I'm done. So anyway, Gratitude shawl. It's going on the needles as soon as I get some of my needles cleared off. So that is all of the stash enhancement. So finished objects. One finished object. I finished my spin. This is Cotton Candy from Eternal Ranch Knits Etsy store. It was 4 ounces, 100% chevet wool. So if you remember a couple weeks ago, I told you how I was going to spin it. I split the braid according to color, trying to maintain or make some kind of a gradient thing, and I think it turned out pretty well as far as that goes. If I can get the yarn where it lays where you can see all of because I don't skein very well, but there, this is more like it. So there's the pink, and then the middle is the different, it's kind of red and pink, and then the end is like mostly purpley. So it kind of did the gradient thing. I was pleased with the way it came out. I did a chain ply. I spun it all onto one bobbin and then chain plied. I got some kind of hair in this. So I like it. I got 150 yards of a chain ply. It's really, I looked at chevet to see what it was, and it has a very long staple length, and it said it's like a hard working type wool. Maybe just wear it like this, but I'm putting it because I don't think it's like, it's not overly sensitive for me. So Am I making sense? They said it was like a more of a rustic and kind of a hard working instead of something that was garment worthy, but I don't. And I wanted to say that because this type of wool has a very long staple length, it's easy to spin. So for somebody who's just beginning or just wanting to try their hand at spinning, this might be a very good wool to start with, to try, because it's, like I said, it has a very long staple length. So anyway, very pleased with this. I got this as a gift from Eternal Ranch Knits podcast group. She was doing a Martina Bem along, and I won it and I spun it and I'm happy with it. That's the only finished object. So my whips, I have another added whip. So my my pouch is still sitting with nothing done to it. So anyway, let's just get started. In my bag by Heather, M12 on Ravelry. I tried to go to her store, but she doesn't have anything in it right now, so I don't know. And I've failed to watch her podcast to know what's going on, so I'm going to have to get caught up on that so I can see if her shop is still active or if she's moved it someplace else or whatever. I need to get myself updated. Anyway, ramble. This is a basket rib hand towel, which is a free pattern on Ravelry by Tracy Heiner. The yarn is Barnett Handicraft or cotton, the geometrics. The colorway is Emerald Energy. And I think it's called geometrics because of the design that the color makes in the towel. It's so pretty. I really like it. So I think I have like 5 more repeats for this to be done. And I think it's going to be an okay size for a hand towel. Yep. What else do I want to say about it? Needles are US 6s, 4 millimeter, Addy Turbos, 40-inch circulars. There you go. So, like I said, I have like, I think 5 more repeats, and it'll be finished. And I'm casting on another one. Because this is going to be for the master bathroom when it's finished. So, very excited. Oh, here's where I was last week. I guess you saw that. I got some progress. When you see all the projects I'm working on. So, anyway, let me stuff this in here and deal with it later. The next thing is in my Joanne Springs knitspinfarm bag. Links to her shop in the show notes. I have it's a work sock baby Snuggler. Of course, mine is not made as a work sock. I am using Patton's Beehive Baby Chunky. This color is 100% acrylic. Quicker Clover is this color. And this color is Luscious Lace. It's white. A creamy white. So, there is where I was last week, and I am coming in on the end. So this is a snuggly for the baby. So it stretches out, and you put your baby when they're newborns, you know, they like to be what is the word? I forgot the word. So anyway, they want to be, they swaddled. So that's the word. I came up with it. So this is going to help with that. You put the baby in it and it swaddles them without having to worry about wrapping up their blanket tightly. So, and this is split so that you can over. So, yep. It's almost done. And I'm probably going to run out of the white before I finish the white part. So what I plan on doing is knitting until this is gone. Coming back with this to finish. It won't be exactly like the pattern, but it'll do the same thing. It'll do the same thing. So, like I said, I made pretty good progress. I did quite a bit. And like I was like really pushing through trying to get it finished, but I had to start something new. So and in my Joanne Springs bag number 2, links in the show notes to her shop. If I hadn't said that already. I have the Freesia, which is a bot pattern on Ravelry by Jumper Cables, who is Annie Baker. My yarn is Barocco Vintage, and I don't have a the yarn is yarn down. I'll get it later. Barocco Vintage DK. The color is a number. Two 183. Did I put that in there? Yep. The needles are US 6 4mm, and I'm using my squares. And love this pattern, the Freesia. This is my number 2 Freesia. That's where I was last week. So I've done some work on it. I didn't take any knitting with me on the float because I knew we were going to be busy. We got down there late Friday evening, floated all day Saturday, and we packed up and came home Sunday morning. So there it is. It's got a beautiful lace. I recommend this pattern. It knits up to be a nice shawl that you can wear around your shoulders, or you can wear it around your neck, however you choose to wear it. Getting the yarn down. Still on my first ball of yarn, so. I'm in the shawl mode right now. I want to be knitting on this. And finally, because on Sunday night, Sunday afternoon, Monday, I don't remember which day it was, I was really bored with all my projects. And I want, they're all like one's one solid color, one's like 2 colors. The other one, it kind of hurts my hands a little bit. I wanted something. So I started another Rose City roller in my bag that I got from Made by Faye. Isn't that cute? It's sheep's. It's a knot bag that she made, and I won it in a drawing. I am making a Rose City Rollers. Just barely got started. But this is the reason I needed color and stripes in my life. This yarn ball is like kind of a wreck, but it is, well, the Rose City Rollers is a free pattern on Ravelry by Mara Catherine Briner. Trying to make sure I say the words right. I am using Plymouth Yarns Stiletto. It is 70% superwash merino, 23% nylon, and 7% Lorax. Sparkly, colorful. I needed it in my life, so I started and did get too far. I'm getting, close to turning the heel. That's all I've got done. But the colors and the stripes, I needed it in my life. And I'm knitting it on 2.75 US 2s, 2.75 millimeters, carbons, double point needles. I can't believe that I'm enjoying knitting on double point needles. I mean, for the longest time, if you watched me for any length of time when I was trying to do my mittens, I struggled with the double point needles. But with this pattern, it's the pattern, or just, so here's what I want to say about that. If you struggle and don't like using double point needles, keep trying. Every once in a while, when you get the urge to try, just try. Somehow, some way, maybe it'll, stick one time and it'll be okay. Just saying. Just a helpful hint. Just try it again. Don't give up. Try it again. Anyway, did I say all I needed to say? Okay. That is all of my finished, or my works in progress. So no new spinning this week. I just got the yarn finished on Monday. So that just brings us to Pinterest. This week I found a helpful tip it says, a trick to make seaming shoulders easier. Let me get my Pinterest up. Okay, why are you not opening? There we go. So it is links in the show notes to this Pinterest. Okay, what happened? A trick to make seaming shoulders easier. And there's a picture and a thing, which one would you rather seam? And the trick is that they use short rows instead of doing the bind off, and the increases like that. They do short rows to make it look smoother and easier to. So this is a good article to look at and choose. There's tutorials on how to do short rows and how. So anyway, there you go. That is the Pinterest find this week. And the stumble is a feel good. It is from Give Me Hope. And when it comes up, Stumble is an app that I don't know if you can find it on Android, but I have an app for it in with my iPad. And it is just, you go in, and when you set your Stumble up, you pick the things that you're interested in, and then you stumble. It's like stumbling the internet. It's really cool. So this one is Best Stories of All Times, and it's from Give Hope. Life is beautiful today is their tagline. And there's just 3 stories, and then you can write it and add your own story on this website. But I'm going to read you these 3 stories. A boy was dying of cancer, and they're just little short stories. The boy was dying of cancer and needed an expensive brain surgery, but his family, broke and desperate, couldn't afford it. His 8-year-old sister, Tess, took her piggy bank savings to the pharmacist in order to buy a miracle. It just so happens that the right man witnessed the little girl's tears at the pharmacy counter, a neurosurgeon. He performed the surgery for free. Oh, awesome. The next story. Today, my school had a fire drill. I was standing outside with one of the most popular football players when a Down syndrome girl came up to him and wanted to hold his hand because she was scared. Happily, he held her hand in front of all his friends back to the class. His soft side in front of his boys. So sweet. And finally, a little girl was dying of cancer, and her younger brother had a match for a bone marrow she needed. The doctor told him it was a matter of life and death. After he had the surgery, he asked the doctor how long he had to live. He thought if he gave his bone marrow to let his sister live, he would die. But he did it anyway. Oh, how sweet. We need stories like this to remind us that there are good people and good stories. Anyway, that is it for this week. Thank you guys so much for coming and spending some time with me. And if you found anything of entertainment or inspiration, please leave me a thumbs up, leave a comment. What else? A star rating in iTunes. Everything that I talked about, I linked in the show notes. And there will be links in the description bar and YouTube to the different sites and stuff. Okay? Anyway, I'm going to quit rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye.